boxing. Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. So if you didn't know, Gervonta Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz is for 2 titles. It's for the Super WBA, Super Featherweight title that Leo Santa Cruz owns, what Tank used to own. And also, they're fighting for Tank's regular WBA title. Carl Frampton was not happy about that. He says that it seems to be set up for Tank to miss weight and still be able to defend the title. Not going to disagree. Just said he wasn't, he ain't feeling that sucker shit. But also, I got some information about Leo and Tank's weight rules. All right. I wish I would have asked what was the penalty, but let's talk about that. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. My whole thing with Carl Frampton is he talking about he don't like that. It's a good fight, but you've been pulling sucker shit your whole career, bro. I understand Leo Santa Cruz, he didn't give you your rematch in the trilogy, and we already know what type of person Santa Cruz is. He the scum of boxing, all right? He's a bum, he's garbage. Hope Tank knock his brains out on the canvas. I don't fuck with him. All right, he everything that's wrong with PBC and what's wrong with boxing. But at the same time, you the same sucker that ducked Gary Russell. So at the end of the day, you can't cry over spilled milk when, you've been on your own pussy boy voyage, whatever you call it. You know what I'm saying? So that would be killing me. Motherfuckers, well, I don't really like that. It really seemed like, man, shut up. Nobody values Carl Frampton's opinion. We didn't like how you pussyfooted around and didn't fight Gary Russell. You was part of the Gary Russell Duck crew. And I believe he was part of the I don't know if he was part of the damn Rigondeaux Duck crew, but like I said before, he's a dude that came over to America and got dropped 3 times in his debut. Maybe even 4. Rest in power to that dude who knocked him down in his American debut because he got killed by the cartel. I heard one of my subs told me. So every time I speak on that, I'm rest in power to that guy. Because he was dropping Carl Frampton like a bad habit. All right, but at the end of the day, Floyd did it. People forget Floyd defended his 54-pound belt and 47-pound WBA belt versus Marcos Maidana. Do I feel some type of way about it? I don't care. Leo Santa Cruz shouldn't be champion, and Tank ain't champion. That belt shouldn't even be in PBC hand. Albert Machado should have been the real Super WBA champion. He lost to Andrew Kasinko. Andrew Kasinko lost to somebody else. I think it was Jason Sosa, whoever the hell it was, Jason Velez. But they should be the zone should have had the real WBA, Super WBA belt at 130 pounds. All right. Tank fought for that belt versus Jesus Clayar. I was there that night. This is a dude who coming off a loss and moving up in weight. Politics and boxing is just becoming, it's becoming out of control. Neither one of these suckers should have a title. Tank ain't the real champion at 135 pounds. So stop going around acting like he the real champion at 35, and Leo ain't the real champion at 30. In my opinion, this should be a non-title fight. So if you really want to get deep on the bull job in this fight, it's a whole bunch of politics. You want to know why the WBA and the WBC and all these other sanctioned belt bodies keep creating more and more belts? It's politics. They want to keep every network happy. All right? They creating a WBA belt for PBC. They create one for Top Rank. They create one for a Matchroom and the Zone and Golden Boy and whoever else want one. That's why they creating so many belts, to avoid conflict of ordering the fights that need to be ordered. They know if they order these fights, WBC used to order all these title eliminators, and these fighters would never fight. They used to order dudes or put dudes at number 1 to get title shots like Kell Brook versus Jaime, Danny versus Terrence Crawford. These dudes didn't want them. So all of a sudden, what they doing now is they create multiple belts to keep multiple promoters and managers and networks happy in boxing. And that's sucker shit. If we should have 4 solid belts and an intern belt if somebody get injured or whatever happened or some unforeseen circumstances happen. So if you really want to get deep on it, Carl Frampton, it's some sucker shit because they ain't even the real champions. They some chumps. Neither one of them earned a real belt. Neither one of them. If they had one belt with an intern belt, if somebody get injured,
you'll really see the bitch come out of these dudes. It's too easy to be world champion nowadays. It ain't even an accomplishment no more. You got dudes carrying around regular belts and gold belts and silver belts and diamond belts talking about they world champions. Look here, man. If a certain promoter not gonna fuck with you no more because you ordered a fight for them to fight, for a title, and they ain't like that fight because of the politics, then fuck them. Straight up and down. The sanctioning belt bodies have the power to change everything, but you know what? They ain't missing a meal. They ain't missing a dime. Straight up and down. They ain't missing nothing. They want to get every dollar. They want to keep everybody happy, and we suffering as fans. But it don't bother me that they fight for them fake ass titles on one night in 2 different weight classes. It is what it is. It just don't bother me. Because to me, neither one of them is champs. They chumps. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, people say, "Oh, you're pro-black channel, this, that, and the third." Well, if I'm so pro-black, why I'm saying Tank was never the real champion? That's a fact. That's a fact. But it is what it is. It don't bother me. They fighting for two titles in 2 different weight classes. I mean, it just don't bother me no more, man, because ain't none of these niggas real world champions. You got dudes that got multiple belts, and they ain't the real champion. They ain't the lineal champion, in my opinion. They ain't the number one guy. They don't want to fight the number one guy. Just straight up and down. And a lot of these dudes going to be Hall of Famers off of fake titles, man. Well, he was a 3 or 4, 5, 6 time world titleist and this, that, and the third. Like, come on, man. I don't deserve no world champion. Shit. But let's switch lanes, all right? It was told to me behind the scenes that if Tank missed weight, he is going to be charged for every pound that he missed weight. He's going to be penalized. So I'm guessing it's going to be a huge penalty. Not sure exactly how much the penalty is for if Tank missed weight. But it was told to me if Tank does miss weight, he will be penalized for the fight. Every pound. So, I mean, it ain't like Mayweather ain't got it. And it takes you back to what Carl Frampton said. He said it seems like if Tank don't make weight, they got a backup plan to still call it a world championship fight. And Tank don't look like he's shedding the weight, shedding the weight at all. Every time I see him train with Mayweather, it seems like his stomach poke up more and more. But then again, he got some time. He got about 2 more weeks in August, 4 weeks in September, and 2 3 weeks in October. So, he almost got 8 weeks, 9 weeks to get ready. But, that's on him. If he don't make weight, he don't make weight. I think he'll make weight. For him saying that he didn't feel good at 35, he felt heavy, he feel better at 30, and that's the weight for him. I think he can make weight. But then again, it seemed like, as far as him making weight, he don't do shit in between his fights. He just enjoy himself and eat and party and shit, and that's gonna be his downfall. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be his downfall. His lack of dedication in between fights. And he don't understand it now, but down the line, it's gonna hurt him. Don't be surprised if Tank get in there and he don't quit. I'm telling you. At some point, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen versus the opponent that you least expected. Because they not putting him in there with no killers. He'll never fight T.O. He'll never fight Devin. He'll never fight Gary. And he never fight Lomachenko unless he lose or look bad. He ain't gonna be fighting nobody. Tank ain't gonna be fighting nobody no time soon. He'll never fight nobody. Excuse me. Let me rephrase. He'll never fight nobody. Because by the time somebody gonna fuck him up. Watch what I tell you. Somebody gonna make him quit. The lifestyle that he living outside the ring, somebody gonna put them hands on him. It's gonna be a motherfucker you least expect. He gonna get off the boat from Puerto Rico, get off the boat from Cuba, get off the boat from Africa, where the hell, come on a plane. He gonna put his foot up his ass. The life that he living and all this and third, but like I said, I think he'll make the weight. I'm in the minority. I think Tank makes the weight. He said he hired a nutritionist. Hopefully he hired a strength and conditioning coach. I know Leonard Ellaby, his trade is strength and conditioning. So he trained in Vegas. I think he'll make the weight. But if he don't, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But I think he'll make 130. I think he will. But my concern ain't what he do in this fight. My concern is what he do between the next fight. But eventually, as he get older, that's going to catch up with him. Right now, what is he, 23, 24? Easy. I easy go out there and drink and go to practice in the morning or go to work out in the morning and not have a hangover. But now that I'm in my 30s and I was in my late 20s, no, hell no. I couldn't do that no more. Couldn't go eat hot Cheetos and drinking all that bullshit and wake up, crack my neck and shit and be able to go on about my day. No, he going to learn the differences. Tank not going to have a long shelf life at all. And I don't see no changes coming for him. He just too ignorant, you know. But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Group link, Facebook group link in the description as well. Want to make a donation? Just share the video with my Cash App, PayPal there in the description. One time for the one time we gone.